So in today's PALETOOLS Q&A, I'm going to be walking through all the questions you guys have about building SBCs and the most efficient ways of doing that, including templates for the brand new Icon SBCs where you can set up building 88 raid squads automatically just like this. So between now and the 6th of October, I'm going to be uploading a daily free eafc 25 trading guide. This will include everything to do on the web app to make as many coins as possible with both trading and investing. I'll be talking about the full release, what we expect to see regarding the market, and there'll also be a daily updated investing guide, all in there, updated every day for free. No gimmicks whatsoever, all you gotta do is click on the Google Docs link on the top link of the description. In today's video, we're gonna be walking through a little Q&A of all the questions you guys have regarding building SBCs, efficiently building SBCs, and any problems you guys are having. Of course, if you guys don't know what PALETOOLS is, it is it's an extension which allows you to build a lot of SBCs in not amount of time. Now I've got loads of videos or Q&A videos about different sort of PALETOOL questions you guys may have, such as how long are long bans, can you be permanently banned, and then I've got another just general Q&A answering loads of stuff. But in today's video, we're going to be mainly talking about building the SBCs and efficiently using PALETOOLS, because there's a few sort of things you can use. So let's go and walk through how to go and make the icon template. Well, there's actually a setting that I recommend using before, because someone in my YouTube comment section said, because I did one on the 92 sort of special card player pick, and they said actually there's a kind of a more efficient way than I was recommending. And I think there are, I think there's obviously positives and negatives to both methods, but I definitely think there's some things to take away from it. Now, one thing to take away from it is if you guys are ever building or using PALETOOL to build SBCs, that requiring rating, what you actually want to do is click on the PALETOOLS menu here on the top left. You actually want to go and scroll down a little bit, and what you're going to go and do is you're going to go and select the decimal rating. Now you may wonder, what on earth is the decimal rating? Well, I'll show you in a second, but when you go into SBCs, it will show you if your SBC is like an 87.8, knowing you only need to add a little bit more rating to get it up to an 88. Likewise, it will tell you if your team is an 88.8 and you can get away with putting in like a lower rated player. It's very useful if you want to be very savvy on your fodder. If you're not just being savvy on your fodder, just don't worry about going onto this. So that's just one setting that I recommend using. So now what you want to do is you want to head to SBCs, and then what you want to go and do is you want to go and favorite the upgrade SBC. So the reason we want to go and favorite it is every time we do the SBC, what it would do is it have to kick us out here. I mean, it's not too bad for this one, but sometimes what you'd have to do is you'd have to scroll down a bunch of SBCs, and it'd just be kind of awkward. Well, what you want to do is favorite it. So then if you go to your favorites, it's always there just straight away, and you don't have to do any scrolling. Again, not really too bad of a case for this one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go and click on the SBC, and there's two parts. There's an 87 rated part and an 88 rated part. So what we want to do is we want to go to the 87 rated part, and now what we're going to use is we are going to use the template. So let's get rid of what we have right there, and now what we need to do is add a template. So we're going to go edit SBC, and then what I'm going to do is I just need to remove these because this is when I was playing around. So you want to press add twice. Now the reason you want to go and press add twice is because there's two segments of players we're going to add. One is going to be players that are low rated, two is going to be players that are high rated. So what you also want to do is use most recent, and the reason you use most recent is because it will use a higher sort of variation of high rated and low rated, rather than if you go sort of from low to high. So you want to set these both to most recent, and then for your low rated, that's going to be between 80 rated to 87 rated. Now if you got below an 80 rated, I recommend just throw them into an 82 player pick. Or an exchange, an 82 player pick to maybe then go and throw an exchange or whatever. You then want to go player count 7, and you want to press ignore player position. Now, if you don't press ignore player position, what's going to happen is it's only going to put goalkeepers and goalkeeper, right backs and right back, and so on. Whereas obviously if you press that, it'll use anyone in any position. You then want to leave all of this clear, which is kind of one of the first times we've done this. Now the reason for that is because I don't care if it uses 85 rated golds, specials, 83 rated non-rares, I really don't care. Whereas if I select a specific speciality, easy for me to say, well then it's only going to use that, and it's going to kind of slow the process down a bit. And then for our high raters, we're going to go 88 up to 95. Now, if you don't want to go and use all the way up to 95s, maybe you want to do that up to 90s, well then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to compromise and probably lower this down to maybe 5 or 6, and then up this to 5 or 6. Because we can get away with doing this SBC with basically only 4 high rated players. Again, we're going to press ignore player position. We're then going to press save, and then what you need to do is you need to back out the SBC. What you need to do is head back to the SBC, press T, and if by magic, it will go and build you a squad. There we go, 87.64. So we've done a really good job right here because we're only just a little bit over. Now again, if I want to be really finicky, what I can do is I can go add player, I then go untradable, Gold, I mean, we could use rares, could use non-rares. I mean, ideally, I'm going to be looking for something to gain around about 80 rated. Let's scroll for a few. It's going for an 82. And what I can do is I can kind of play around. So, can I get away with taking away a Aubameyang? No, taking away a Aubameyang is too high rated. It might be that I actually can't take away anything too low rated. What about, can I take out Zhao? No, I mean, we're 82.6. So, I mean, at best, what I'm going to have to do is maybe I can go and switch out the 82 for an 84. But it's not really going to do that much difference, you know. But ideally what I'd maybe go and do is grab an 83 or an 84 right there and it'd get enough rating. Likewise, if for some reason, let's say I built a team like that where I built an 86.2, what I can now go and do is I can go add, I can go special, I'd recommend going untradeable only, search, and then what you can do is just scroll through a few pages until you maybe get through to some of your cheaper specials or some of your more low rated specials that ideally aren't your Sud-America players. Ideally you would put your Sud-America players in the into what's called upgrade SBCs. Maybe go and grab Miyoko, right? And then we go and switch out Miyoko with one of these and boom, you can now see it's 87.18, which means we're getting very, very efficient. So what you would then want to do is you want to then go and submit that, and that's your first part done. And now you're basically going to do the exact same thing with the 88 one. So you're going to go start challenge, you're then going to go edit SBC template. Again, you want to have 2 of these set. You want to go press add to add it twice. You then want to go to most recent. You then want to go down here to most recent. You then want to go ignore player positions. Then we're going to go 80 to maximum 87. I guess in theory you could probably go maximum 88. Player count 4. Then we're going to go minimum 89 to maximum is going to be 95 again. And then we're going to go and set this to 7 again. So again, 7 high rateds, 4 low rateds. But what we're going to do is going to use 1 higher rating here and 1 lower rating here. And basically what this should do is it should mean that we get a slightly higher rated team. Again, we might have to play around with it. And again, it's subjective to how much you want to go and save stuff. So you're going to press save right there. You're then going to back out twice. Or you're going to back out there, sorry. You're then going to go back to the build SBC. You're going to press T, and is it going to go and build a squad that's around about 88 rated? It's going to build a squad that's actually closer to 90 rated. So again, what we're going to do right here is we're just going to go add, we're going to go gold, we can go non-rare here, because we can definitely get away with using a non-rare. We've got our 81 rated, so because we're in way excess, let's go and see where the super high rated one is, a 95. 81 out for a 95. I can still get away with moving it down a little bit more, but again, it really just comes down to if you care or not. Again, I could probably go add another gold common in, go and add Xhaka in. Can I switch Xhaka out for 93 Aubameyang? Not quite. Can I switch Xhaka out for 93 Petit? There we go. Perfect 88 score. So I can't get any higher or any lower. And then again, what we're going to do right there is we are going to go and press to submit the squad. And that's it done. And now what we're going to go and do is go back here, press T. Should again build the squad quite close to an 87 again. There you go, 87.36. I can't really get better than that, so we're going to go and submit that right there. Now obviously if you don't know the fodder in your club, just go and build 82 player picks, go and build exchanges. It doesn't really matter too much. So the next question we are going to be answering is going to be, is there any way to open loads of packs faster? Now interesting enough, without there even being an extension, there actually is a way of opening packs fast on the web app. And the way how you can go and open packs fast on the web app is just by going onto packs. Let me go discard what's right here. So what you would do is you'd go and open up the packs. Now I think I've got the PALETOOLS thing enabled. But what you'd do is you'd open up a pack, you then switch tabs, then switch back again, and it'd actually open up the pack instantly. So basically, if you go off of the web app tab, it will automatically open the pack and won't bother about the animation. But there is actually something you can do in PALETOOLS to also go and skip the animation. What you can go to is you can go to PALETOOLS, which is the menu on the side. And then what you want to do is you want to go and scroll down to disable pack opening animations. So again, there was something in the web app that would literally automatically let you skip packs, and that was just changing tabs. But by pressing this, it basically will just do that anyway. So it won't do the animation whatsoever. And like you can see, we did a second ago. That's what I've got enabled, which means I don't have to switch tabs. I think it might make me go here, because when you have loads of dupes, it won't for some reason even show you all the players to discard straight away. Boom, it goes straight to giving you the disappointment and what you get in a 7.5k pack, which I'm sure we're going to get very familiar to at the beginning of EA FC 25. So another question which is really easy to answer and is, when I do the template, it doesn't work. It adds my highest rated goal players. Is there any way I can stop this? Well, again, this is a really, really easy fix to go through, and that is when you're over on the SBCs, and let's say we were building this, for example, and then you're obviously going to go to your SBC, then you're going to go to the edit SBC template. At the top of each of the segments, so again, maybe you're having this as your non-res or your res, this is what you want to play around with. It automatically starts off with highest quick sale, which again would end up using your high rated players and your tradable players. What you want to do is make sure to click on this, and then you want to go to rating low to high. And as long as you've got the minimum rating to like 75, it'll always put in your low rated golds. So again, really, really easy fix. All it is literally going to the edit SBC template, and it's the bit just above where you choose the ratings. So nice, easy question to answer. So now move on to this question here, is there a setting to not use active club players? I'm going to go for this example right here. So let's say I've got Xavi, and actually I don't ever want Xavi going into SBCs. But if I'm building these SBCs really fast and using all these high rated, how am I going to make sure that I don't use Xavi? This kind of answers, I'm not quite sure if I have had a comment about this, but I think it's quite an important thing to know. Well, what I can do is I can actually go to lock player. And what that means is it won't even like appear in the SBCs. So if I go and now get rid of him, so let's go and see if I put him on the bench. Then if I go back into the SBC and go and press T again, it should give me a new player up front. There we go, it's giving me Fabinho. I don't really want to put Fabinho in. But what I can do now is I can now go and submit it if now as a player I wanted to submit, because it's now not going to put Xavi into SBCs. So the question we have here is it keeps putting players on the bench. Now the reason he keeps getting this problem is because if we go and head over to this SBC, as an example, and we go to the edit SBC template, what he's done right here is he's not select ignore player positions, because if we go and select ignore player positions, save it, we can see that it competently builds the SBC and it's not putting players in their correct position. It puts a few by chance, but we've got like Koeman, who's a centre back and cam, we've got Xavi Alonso, a CDM in left back. But if I go and get rid of this, so we go and clear it, I need to re-enter the SBC. If we went and didn't go and press on ignore player positions, and we go and press save, now hopefully it's going to go and fit my agenda, because I might actually have enough players in the club. There we go, we don't have enough players in the club. So you can see right there, it's only semi-built the SBC, and then if we go to the working area, it's put players on the bench. And that's because it knows that these players would go and complete the SBC. So for example, if I go and put them in right there, but because I've gone and enabled or gone and only put players in specific positions, it hasn't automatically put them on the SBC, and as a result, it's just throwing them onto the bench. So one of the penultimate questions now is, hey man, can you tell me how do you use duplicates and SBCs? Again, another super easy one to go and answer, because all it is a setting in the PALETOOls. So go onto the PALETOOls menu right there. Again, it says settings cog on the web app and Android. You're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. And what you're going to do is you're going to go unassigned to SBC, because of course if a card is a duplicate, it is in your unassigned. So you can see right there, it is the lowest setting there. All you need to do is make sure that's enabled, and then make sure position isn't enabled, because again you'll get the kind of problem where it will throw them on the bench otherwise. Yeah, then just go lowest to highest, and then what it's going to go and do is just going to put the duplicates in the SBC. Likewise, if you actually have tradable duplicates for some reason, maybe it's low rated fodder or whatever, then make sure you also have this setting enabled, which again is around about, I'd say, 3/5 of the way down, is send on duplicate from transfer list to club. So again, let's say you went and bought a bunch of 84s, send them all to your transfer list, make sure you've got this enabled, because it will automatically send them from that transfer list to the SBC. Otherwise, you'd have to go and send them from your transfer list to the club and then club to the SBC. So now we go to this problem is I've got a glitch where I submit one pick and then can't do anything else. Now this is a super common problem that I've come across myself. And this problem actually occurs when you go from being on your console and you log onto the web app. Now, if you go from your console back out and have your web app already loaded up, it actually won't make you refresh going on the web app. But the problem you will occur, or the problem you will come across, is once you do one SBC, it's then going to try and put the same players into the next SBC. So again, if you have that problem where again it's kind of only letting you do one SBC, or you're doing one SBC, you press in T to auto build it, and it's just putting the players that you've already submitted, or it's automatically got the players you submitted. Refresh the web app, and I think it's just to do with some sort of syncing issue between the console and the web app. So again, if you ever log onto your console, have your web app open, and don't refresh your web app after you've been on the console, then again, make sure you refresh it, because that is a common problem that I've come across a lot myself. And that is going to go and wrap up today's video. Hopefully it's helped you guys basically be able to use the what's called PALETOOls a lot more efficiently. I still do have loads and loads of questions to go and answer, but they're not really so much SBC building questions, and they're more so I guess technical problems being able to download PALETOOls. But just know I do literally save every single question that hasn't been answered in the Q&A video, and do plan of going through them one by one in Q&A videos, and in whatever it seems appropriate to go and throw them in. So any questions that aren't answered in this, I'll either redirect you to a Q&A video I've already made. If not, I'll go and add it to my bank of questions which I need to go and answer in future Q&A videos. But thank you very much for supporting the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.